Marijuana case of its kind in Texas, the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office has reached an agreement with a Port Acres man who was facing a felony possession charge.
But under a new pre-trial diversion program, the man will still be allowed to continue using cannabis for medical purposes. 12 News HD's Brittany Rainville sat down with Jeremy Bork, who believes this is just the beginning for cannabis change in Texas. Brittany?
We followed Jeremy Bork's story since his arrest more than a year ago when his home was raided, resulting in a felony possession of marijuana charge. Bork claims he grew and used cannabis to treat his epilepsy. And with the DA's recent decision, Bork says he can finally go back to using medical marijuana. A personal victory and what these supporters see as a major step in marijuana reform in Texas. Jeremy Bork celebrated with his fellow members of Southeast Texas National Organization for the Reform of Marijuana Laws after announcing his felony possession charge could be dismissed and that he'd be legally allowed to continue using cannabis.
And to us, it shows a lot of compassion, from the DA side to not just treat it like a normal, everyday, drug conviction case. And there's a lot more information, to the story. And I applaud them for handling it, the way they have.
As part of the agreement with the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office, Bork must complete a 1-year probation. If he does so successfully, charges will be dropped. Bork says that won't be a problem since he'll be allowed to use marijuana for medicinal purposes.
I can help myself way easily without really encroaching or infringing on anyone else's business.
Bork says he's been using marijuana to treat his epilepsy for 20 years. In February 2014, police confiscated his only 3 cannabis plants during a raid at his Port Acres home. At his arraignment last October, Bork turned down an offer of 3 years probation, since the terms of that probation would have meant that he would not have been allowed to use marijuana. This time, Bork's attorney Dustin Galmore used testimony in his defense from a neurologist in Pennsylvania who specializes in both epilepsy and cannabis research.
I've been in the hospital more the last year than I have in my 38-year existence.
Dr. Dennis Petro's affidavit states marijuana is a rational, safe, and effective alternative to prescription drugs in the treatment of Bork's seizure disorder. Bork says although he's been granted relief for his health issues, he will continue to fight for the rights of other Texans in their battle for legalization.
We're living in a different time now, and there still are people against it, but their argument is really not that strong this day.
District Attorney Bob Wortham spoke publicly about the pretrial diversion program at the Press Club of Southeast Texas luncheon last month. Wortham said it would only be offered to first-time offenders. Reporting in studio, Brittany Rainville, 12 News HD.